Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot. But before we go into any details, I want to let you know that anything you hear in this video is for information and educational purposes only. Nothing in here should be taken as personalized investment advice. Investing comes with risk. No matter how safe an investment sounds, there are risks involved. To read more about it, please see the description below. Today's income pick, Cheniere Energy Partners LP, traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol CQP, is a great midstream oil and gas company that is doing well thanks to strong industry tailwinds. In the first half of 2023, deliveries of natural gas through pipelines to liquefied natural gas port facilities here in the US hit a record high, averaging about 12.8 billion cubic feet per day. LNG feed gas set a monthly record in April of 2023 at 14 billion cubic feet per day, supported by high international demand for US LNG export, particularly in Europe. And that momentum is expected to continue with Energy Information Administration, or EIA for short. It's predicting that the US LNG export will average about 12 billion cubic feet in 2023 and 13.3 billion cubic feet in 2024. John?
Yeah, all of which is great news for Cheniere Energy. Houston-based company is the largest producer and exporter of LNG in the United States, serving integrated energy companies, utilities, and energy trading companies around the world. Cheniere Partners owns the Sabine Pass, which is a LNG terminal located in Cameron Parish, Louisiana. It's one of the largest LNG production facilities in the world, with 6 liquefaction trains that have a total production capacity of approximately 30 million tons per year of LNG. And for reference, a liquefaction train is just a term that encompasses the various sequential stages necessary to process, purify, and convert natural gas to liquid natural gas. Now, Cheniere Partners is developing an expansion adjacent SPL project consisting of up to 3 natural gas liquefaction trains with an expected total production capacity of approximately 20 million tons per year of LNG. Cheniere Partners also owns the Creole Trail pipeline, which interconnects the Sabine LNG terminal with a number of large interstate pipelines.
John, let's dig right into the numbers. How did this company do in the first quarter of 2023?
Yeah, well, for the first quarter ended March 31st, Cheniere Energy Partners reported revenue of $2.91 billion, which was down 12% actually from $3.3 billion in the same period last year. Net income, meanwhile, increased significantly to $1.9 billion from $159 million in the first quarter of 2022. The increase was primarily due to non-cash favorable charges in fair value of commodity derivatives, which is, too confusing, and increased volumes of LNGs delivered. In addition to strong first quarter results, the partnership also reconfirmed its full year distribution guidance of $4 to $4.25 per unit.
And since you mentioned, tell us a little bit more about the distributions that shareholders get here.
Yeah, well, Cheniere Energy Partners' quarterly distribution is actually made up of a base amount, which right now is equal to 0.775 cents per unit, or $3.10 on an annualized basis. And of course, the variable amount can fluctuate quarter to quarter. The company actually only switched to a variable distribution in early 2022. The variable part is a math thing, of course, is equal to the remaining cash available per unit, which takes into consideration things like the amount of reserve of annual debt repayment, capital allocation of goods, capital expenditures, and things like that. So on July 28th, it declared a cash distribution of $1.03 per share. And this made up again of a base amount of 0.775 per unit and a variable amount of 0.255 per unit. This works out to an annual distribution of $4.12 for a yield of 8.02%, which is far in excess of the current inflation rate, which is around 2.9%.
And John, let's talk about the payout here. Is it safe? We've talked about this. We can stomach up to 90%, payout ratio. How does it look at this company?
Yeah, really good. If you look at all metrics, the payout from Cheniere Energy is, solid and safe. Yeah, the distribution is safe because it raised its full year distribution guidance to a range of $4 to $4.25 per unit. And you don't raise your distribution guidance if you can't afford it. And Cheniere Energy can do this because of ongoing strong demand for LNG. Moreover, the payout ratio is just 61.77%, far below the 90% threshold we're willing to stomach. This gives the company more than enough financial room to raise its variable payout over the coming quarters if it so chooses. It could also elect to raise its base amount as well.
And now let me ask this. How have CQP units done recently? And what kind of upside we could be looking at if we just look at the Wall Street analysts.
Yeah, Cheniere Energy Partner units have been on a solid trajectory basically since the start of 2009, climbing 4,274%. Pretty significant. Over that period, CQP units have expanded at a compound annual growth rate of 31.1%. Again, that's trumping by far the broader market. Most recently, Cheniere Energy Partner units have climbed 14% over the last month alone, 18% over the last 3 months, and they're up 13% year over year. Big juicy gains for sure, but the outlook for CQP units remains pretty robust, with Wall Street analysts providing 12-month high unit target estimate of $71.
John, thank you so much for talking about Cheniere Energy Partners. Just to recap, Cheniere Energy Partners LP is the largest LNG producer and exporter in the US. As a result, it has a large growing infrastructure, which helps provide it a stable cash flow. Thanks to growing demand for LNG, this should help the partnership to continue to generate huge profits from its export facilities, which it can pass along shareholders in form of growing dividends. The strong industry dynamics should help juice CQP units over the long run as well. That's it for today. We'll be back with another video soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.